Hey guys, how are we doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another video. So we've got a lot to talk about again today because it's just crazy in the markets at the minute. And I'm going to spend the first part of this video talking about a huge announcement that Ripple and XRP had yesterday. And people are going to say, oh, but the price isn't reacting. Well, the price isn't reacting positively yet because of the literal financial world is collapsing around us. And when I say collapsing, I don't think it's going to go to zero. I just mean like this is probably the most uncertain in terms of like broader finance that the markets have like the most uncertainty that we've had in a long, long time. And we're going to talk about that after this announcement. Like bonds are starting to fall off the last few days. Since last night, really. The yen started to depreciate more against the dollar. I think we talked about that yesterday. We definitely talked about it on X. I don't know if I talked about it on my YouTube. But just getting into this announcement because I just think that I want to say it's largely been overlooked because it hasn't. I think it's a big announcement and it's had some attention. But I don't think it's really got the traction that it deserves. So Ripple acquires prime broker Hidden Road for 1.25 billion, one of the largest deals in the digital asset space. Ripple will inject billions of dollars of capital to provide immediate scale and satisfy the demand for Hidden Road's prime brokerage, clearing and financing platform. RLUSD becomes the first stablecoin to enable efficient cross-margining between digital assets and traditional markets, reinforcing its position as a premium enterprise-grade USD-backed stablecoin. This is an important part here. Hidden Road to migrate post-trade activity across the XRP ledger, demonstrating its potential as a go-to blockchain for institutional decentralized finance. Wow, there's a lot to take in there. We're going to talk about some of it here, but Hidden Road is one of the fastest growing prime brokers around the world, offering institutions a one-stop shop of advanced services, including clearing, prime brokerage, and financing across foreign exchanges, FX, digital assets, derivatives, swaps, and more fixed income. This is everything that we kind of speculated on for years. Kind of saying now Ripple has the facility to be able to do that, both in the digital asset space and also in the legacy financial space, using RLUSD on the XRP ledger. Obviously, the trades have to go through the XRP ledger for this to be efficient. It's massive, massive beyond almost belief. And I think that when we get over this period of uncertainty in the markets in general, we'll start to see... Well, I hope we start to see the acceleration in use case cryptos rather than just speculative. Like, the markets will be forced to price in utility at some point because there is the minimum value that utility should be priced at. But we haven't got an efficient way of pricing this yet because at the minute, mainly cryptos are speculative. But this is real world use case of multi-billions of dollars. In fact, here it says Hidden Road has strong businesses clearing $3 trillion annually with the more than 300 top institutional customers. So $3 trillion a year currently just for Hidden Road. We're going to see some of that volume be pushed over to the XRP ledger. Derivatives, FX, swaps, fixed income, it's all coming to the XRP ledger via Ripple. Those saying that Ripple and XRP aren't working together, they don't care about XRP and the XRP ledger, completely proved wrong in this statement here. They literally are saying that we're going to use the XRP ledger to help us move Hidden Road, migrate post-trade activity. That is the words that they've used and highlighted. I think that it's just extremely important to understand this. So I'm going to read another little post here. With these so Brad Garlinghouse was talking about the SEC case coming to an end. This is what I talked to you guys about. What's going to happen out the back of this lawsuit finishing? What are Ripple's plans? What are their announcements? Brad Garlinghouse says, with these tailwinds, we're continuing to pursue opportunities to massively transform the space, leveraging our unique position and strengths of XRP. And let me just highlight that again. Our unique position and strengths of XRP to accelerate our business and enhance our current solutions and technology. This acquisition also reinforces Ripple's RLUSD position as an enterprise-grade USD-backed stablecoin with the real utility as Hidden Road leverages it as a collateral across its prime brokerage products. Basically saying that they're going to be using RLUSD to back all these products that Hidden Road are going to be offering. This will make RLUSD the first stablecoin to enable efficient cross-margining between digital asset space and the traditional markets. Hidden Road will in turn migrate its post-trade activity across the XRPL to streamline operations and lower costs, demonstrating the XRPL's potential as the go-to blockchain for institutional decentralized finance. Ripple also sees the potential to optimize costs and liquidity in its cross-border payment solution, Ripple Payments, and provide critical custody to services. Sorry, lads, I'll read that again. Ripple also sees the potential to optimize costs and liquidity in its cross-border payment solution, Ripple Payments, and provide critical custody services to Hidden Road's customers who need bank-grade digital asset custody. So basically what they're saying is, I couldn't get my words out there, what they're saying is Ripple are going to use Hidden Road to offer Hidden Road custody in the digital asset space as well, because some of those legacy financial players might want to move into digital asset space. But I want to spend most of my video on this because I just want to underlie the importance of this. I just don't think that people... Well, in the crypto space at the minute, we haven't, as I said, created a value model for pricing in utility. It's speculation on what might happen in the future, and that future's here. Ripple have bought a broker company, a prime broker company for 1.25 billion that does 3 trillion in trade a year, and they're pushing some of that, maybe most of it, onto the XRP ledger, and using their balance sheet to help Hidden Road expand. So there's probably going to be more than 3 trillion this year, much more potentially getting settled by Hidden Road in many different, I don't say asset classes, but like many different areas of finance, including derivative swaps, fixed income, and FX. And it's going to be going through the XRP ledger and still keeping RLUSD and the dollar behind it as well. So it's fantastic for XRP, it's fantastic for the XRPL, it's fantastic for the utility narrative of crypto. And I think all these things are, like, this is just one announcement, but it's huge. It's huge. And I don't want this to be underestimated by anybody because, price isn't going up straight away. The price isn't going up straight away, we're going to get into that now, because we've got wider issues that are dominating the narrative currently. And if you watched, Raoul Pal and Julian Battelle did a post yesterday, like an hour and a half long post, and they basically think it's all about China. The Chinese yuan yesterday weakened to levels not seen since 2007. There's speculation that they're saying that the most important thing that could happen is essentially that that the US and China just make a deal because China need to refinance their debt or roll over. They're in a debt deflation where no one wants their bonds, and essentially their currency's going to just get weaker and weaker unless they make a deal with the US. All this tariffs and all this sort of stuff is just posturing, political posturing, short term. But the big issue and the thing that they need to make the deal on is for China to be able to stimulate, essentially. And that is going to come, apparently. That's what they think. And I'd say I agree. But then we've also got secondary and other issues as well, where like the US 30-year bond basically is blowing up. And this is the opposite of what the US wanted with their tariffs. They wanted to bring bond yields down so they could refinance their own debt. So it's a complicated macro picture at the minute, but I personally do believe that every road does lead to crypto going up. And I can tell you why I think that, because there's a lot of people out there who are much smarter than I and understand much more than I do about the complexities of all of this. And I'm still trying to get my head around it all. Like I bring to you every day the information that I get. And with all that being said, I'm going to show you a few statistical some things that are just provable that no one can take away. The S&P is down huge over the last, this is on the 3 day, let me just get on the daily. This is on the daily time frame. This is what the S&P looks like on the daily time frame, okay? So for the last 5 days, the S&P has lost, let's go to the bottom, 14%, and where we are now, 12%. And normally crypto is pretty much like a leverage play or a beta play of equities ish, and Bitcoin and crypto isn't really down much. Yes, it's probably going to be down more percentage wise in the last 5 days, even though actually no, it's not. It's down 7%. So actually crypto's outperforming equities on a crash, and that is just like so uncommon to see, which is screaming to you that crypto's a bid. And why is it so why would crypto be a bid at this price? Well, maybe they're forward-looking indicators that say liquidity is coming. There are solutions to issues that we don't understand, and or crypto is one of the solutions. That is what I personally believe is very probable or possible here. Is like the crypto space is a solution for where money can go when people are scared, because clearly they don't want to go to the dollar, and they don't want to, the dollars, look at the DXY is crashing, so people don't want to move their capital to the dollar. Yields are going up, spiking up in value, although this retracement on this yield today this is the 10-year, and the 30-year is also the same, at the same time as the CNH, which is the yuan, is gaining strength back. So obviously, like the dollar's losing strength against the yuan, makes me think there's potentially some discussion going on there. And yes, gold is up a bit today because that's on uncertainty. But for the last few days, even gold's been coming down so everything's been coming down. Gold, the dollar, the stocks, everything. And so it's telling me that if crypto's holding strong in this period of complete uncertainty around the world, like complete uncertainty to the point where even people who are hedging against the financial system in things like gold are moving out of gold, where's the money going? It has to go somewhere. And if crypto's holding when it's the most reflexive asset in terms of to sentiment, also to liquidity, so down and up, then it's telling you that crypto's strong here. That's what it's saying. It's not saying, oh, look, crypto's ripping, so it's time to buy. What it's saying is, look, there's clear strength and support here for crypto because the world is probably in the most uncertain period in a long time financially, and provable by the equities that I've shown you, the stock market that I've shown you, and crypto's holding strong. And that doesn't mean that in the short term, my technical targets or like, doesn't mean we're at an exact bottom. Doesn't mean that we can't come down to 73, 74K, which is what I do think both for crypto and probably for equities to flush out that last little flush to find and hold support on the previous high here of 2021 before the C19 drop. It doesn't mean that that's not going to happen. Oh, sorry, that's C19. That was just the last like major pullback for equities. Doesn't mean that's not going to happen, but what it does mean is that crypto is probably a bid here. Like, I don't see how it can't be a bid here when it's just showing almost undeniable strength versus the rest of the market. And if you're bidding, you may as well be bidding XRP by the looks of what the announcements are coming out. And if we look at where XRP is, if we look at my weekly newsletter and what we've discussed, again, it doesn't mean that XRP can't come and sweep these lows or even enter this golden opportunity box. It doesn't mean that won't happen. But what it does mean is, relatively speaking, versus the rest of the markets, crypto's a bid here. And when we get the reaction back to the upside, I expect fully and wholeheartedly that crypto is going to outperform significantly from this position. That's what is screaming to me. It's saying, look, even with all this around the world, people are seeing that in the future, crypto is probably going to, in the future, I mean in like next few weeks, next few months this year, that crypto is going to outperform the rest of the market. So at what price is low enough for them to be like, even with the world going to shit potentially, I need to buy crypto because when the world turns around, crypto is going to outperform and I don't want to miss that. What risk to reward price is fair based on what is happening in the current markets? And they're saying now. They're saying now because otherwise the price would be crashing still. So up to you what you do with that information. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't do anything, like personally, like that's up to you. But what I'm thinking and what I think should be happening now is bidding. You're bidding crypto here. That just makes sense to me. And I'm going to leave it there because I want to just leave you with that. I don't want to get too into it. This video, no more that I really want to tell you. Ripple's announcement is massive. The markets are crashing, but crypto's holding strong. It's got to be telling you something. It's got to be telling you something. If it hasn't, we're probably looking in the wrong places now. Like, for me, it's the best bid. I've been saying this for weeks. The risk reward's massive. I wasn't foreshadowing this sort of thing to happen, but I thought we'll probably have some short-term turbulence, but I'm going to be bidding all the way through, and I have pretty much spent all the capital that I've got. Tiny bit left, and I've got some bids set in, and that's it. And I'll just sit on my hands now and just watch and see if I'm right. And like I might be wrong, and the world could go to shit. Let's see. If it does, we're fucked anyway. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please do subscribe, share with a friend, and hit that like button. If you've got any questions, please let me know below. If you want to clarify some of the bond behavior, that would be great. I understand what's happening in bonds to a certain level, but I would like some more clarification. It would be great if you could shine some light on that for me. And I hope you take something from this video. I hope it's helped you out. Peace up, A-Town down, as Crypto Insight UK would say.